Undercover, coming up next on NBC.
To catch a criminal, you have to become one.
Begin.
Commando, it's the army. We've been overrun.
Malrik's just out back. Let's make a run for it. My life and my son's is in your hands. Safe? We're about to find out.
It's just a reluctance, Frankie. I mean, really, it's just not like you.
Tom.
Can we be real, Frankie, just for a second? I mean, it's not like I'm asking you to waltz into Baghdad and bring me back to head of Saddam.
I don't do ghost work, Tom. Neither does my team.
I understand that, but this isn't ghost work. We filed a wanted international criminal warrant with Interpol seeking the immediate arrest of the snowman.
Armando Uribe.
Armando Uribe. Papa Noel de la Bolivian Blow. 15 years, his numbers finally come up, Frankie.
That should have come up a long time ago.
I agree with you. But what do you say we get out of this cave? Go have a drink like civilized men, talk about this?
Can drink the town dry. You'll still never convince me to do the work of a government assassin.
Come on, Frank. Arrest with a view to extradition. You and your men will assist the Bolivian government in the capture of Armando.
Capture?
Capture as in alive, Frankie.
Since when?
Don't worry. If they wanted him dead, they would send me. Bolivia signed the extradition treaty, which means they're in danger of losing U.S. aid. We want Armando, and they're going to give him to us. North and South America united. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Especially for you and your men.
Bolivia signed that treaty a year ago. Why now?
Because Armando's compound was captured tonight. He escaped narrowly. The Bolivian army has dedicated half of their force to look for this guy. Plus, of course, you got your rival cartels looking to cut out the competition, and he knows we're coming after him sooner or later. So the next move for him is a permanent disappearing act, either by force or by choice. We can't have that. It's a simple extraction, Frank.
If I refuse, Tom?
He walked out on us before. If you do it again, it won't go unnoticed.
What kind of cooperation can we expect from the Bolivian government?
I'm promised full cooperation. What I expect is something less than that.
How much less?
What can I tell you? Expect the worst.
Hope to get out in one piece, is that it?
This would be strictly voluntary.
Who'll be in charge? Who'll be answering to you or them?
To me. Only to me. Look, I can't tell you much else, except for me, this mission is worth doing. I wouldn't be getting on that plane if it weren't.
Let's do it then.
Alex?
Okay.
Where's he going?
It's okay.
Gracias, amigo.
Mr. Donovan, this is Colonel Rodriguez calling. Do you hear me? Repeat, Mr. Donovan, this is Colonel Rodriguez calling. Please let us know of your location.
Where are we headed?
We're quick, straight to Armando. If we're quicker, we'll get there first.
You drive like you've been here before.
Larry, I don't like the look of that leg.
Hey, don't worry about me, Mondo. I once walked 10 miles in a hailstorm with a bullet in my chest.
Drink whiskey with me, Larry. Mi compañero.
Don't have to ask me twice.
Irish whiskey. I think it was you who taught me to drink the best. We're going to a better place, Larry.
Yeah, I sure hope so, Mondo. Sure hope so.
You first, hermano. Come on, move it. Move it. Check the area.
This body's fresh.
Yeah, they're not far.
It's U.S. markings.
I wonder what they took from here.
Tell you exactly what they took. Guns, SATCOM, maps, provisions. Armando's fully loaded.
How do you know that?
There's 5 of these caches in a 20-mile radius from here. This one's the closest to the crash site.
I must have missed when we were briefed on that.
You weren't briefed. I stalked these sites myself 3 years ago.
And how did Armando know where to find them?
He was taught to find them. By our government and by me.
Hey, can I ask, what kind of work were you doing with the drug dealer?
Armando is many things to many people.
What was he to you?
An intelligence asset.
CIA?
A few years ago, yes. Spread out and try to figure out which way they went. And be careful. This is Armando's world. Nothing is what it seems. And nobody's safe.
Why is the American after us? Does he work for Colonel Rodriguez?
Rodriguez is nothing. Donovan, he's a problem.
He's after a bounty, then? Money?
I wish it was so easy.
Cody.
A hemisphere away, but right beside you in spirit. What's up?
I want you to hook up with Echelon to monitor SATCOM traffic on the UHF follow-on satellite covering Bolivia. Siphon off traffic and pipe it to you. Next time Armando uses his rig, I want us listening in.
Okay.
You made out at least 3 sets of footprints heading in 3 different directions.
They all disappeared into the trees.
Armando is part Aymara Indian. Used to boast that the blood of Inca warriors flowed through his veins. He's at home in the jungle.
Well, that makes one of us.
Monica, let's tell Jake and Alex what we know about Colonel Rodriguez.
Well, he's a classic golden boy. Degree from Yale, decorated for action on the border with Peru. Everyone thought he was headed for Army Chief of Staff.
Until Armando?
Well, actually, he volunteered for the assignment. He started hunting Armando's organization down hard, and he got real public about it. Rodriguez went to all the papers saying that bringing Armando down was his personal mission. So, Armando got personal, too.
Rodriguez is a brave man, a warrior. He's been in the front lines for more than 2 years. All right? We gotta remember that. We're gonna have to earn his respect, not the other way around. You guys stick by me, yeah?
Dos kilómetros ahí. Sí.
Aquí está.
Well, Rodriguez, Frank Donovan, Justice Department. These are Agents Shaw and Cross.
You were instructed to report here to me.
Respectfully, Colonel, we are not here to report to anyone.
You assumed I could not be trusted, didn't you?
You assumed you could control me. Perhaps we were both wrong.
I understand, Mr. Donovan, that you and Armando have a relationship that goes back many years.
Which is where it ended. My mission here is to capture Armando alive and to extradite him to the United States, and that's what I intend to do. I have no other agenda, Colonel.
Forgive me if I find it hard to believe. We've been lied to by your government before, many times. And we have suffered at the hand of Armando for far too long.
We came here to help end that.
You're here to help yourself. Why don't you admit it? Huh? Armando is an embarrassment to you and your government. You helped create him. Then you and your people protected him while he killed hundreds of our people. Politicians, innocent civilians, children, huh?
Like your daughter? Like your wife? Colonel Rodriguez, what you say is not wrong. Both our governments have allowed Armando to flourish unchecked and destroy lives. Both our governments share blame. I understand your suspicion and your anguish. And what I can tell you is this. I am not leaving Bolivia without Armando Uribe in my custody. He will be brought to justice.
I am, I think, a very good judge of character. I'm choosing to take you at your word, to trust. Huh? Now, I represent the Bolivian people, Mr. Donovan. And believe me, like the U.S. and Armando himself, we are capable of reacting with swift vengeance when our trust has been violated. That said, welcome to Bolivia.
In the last hour, Echelon has reported multiple high-gain burst data transmissions at 308 megahertz.
You sure it's Armando's rig?
Well, it's not a payphone. Trust me, there aren't a whole lot of STU-4 SATCOMs operating out of Bolivia.
Did you get a fix?
Don't consider a 10-mile radius a fix.
Can we send a message to Armando's SATCOM?
Consider me your AT&T operator. What do you want to tell him?
Surrender and live. Donovan, he's playing games. It's not like him.
So what are you gonna do?
What can I do? I end the game.
My men have been with me from the very beginning. They volunteered for this mission. Some haven't seen their families for 2 years.
It's a tribute to you that you kept them loyal and together for so long.
No. It's not me, Donovan. It's Armando. There isn't a man here whose life hasn't been touched by him.
Cuando quieras.
Gracias.
Gracias.
And so, we hunt him. And once he has been dealt with, we go back to our home. We start our life again. Chulo.
Sun-dried potato. I remember it well. Thank you.
¡Coronel! ¡Cuidado! ¡Granada! 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 ¡Muévense! ¡Muévense!
We just picked up a message from Armando's SATCOM. It was unencrypted and it was addressed to you.
What does it say, Cody?
Who is hunted now?
Did you get a fix on the location?
Oh, yeah. I'll send it through now.
I sent Armando a message because I knew he wouldn't be able to resist taunting me with a reply. My technician had the reconnaissance plane track his transmission. And he should be just about here. If we spread your men out in a line along the road, they'll be hidden. When he comes out, Close down the perimeter. If we surprise, outnumbered, and trapped.
Mr. Donovan. You still think Armando's coming?
Patience, Colonel. He'll be here. Remember, nobody fire without my order. If you shoot to disable, not to kill. We fail if we don't bring Armando in alive. Comprende? Visual confirmed. We got him.
Gusto verlo.
Por favor. Don Armando, por favor. Nos tenemos que ir.
Miguel, stay with me.
Papi, am I gonna die?
Not you, my son.
I'm not ready.
Listen to me. In my life, I have kept you away from the dangers of my land and my business. I have protected you. I will always protect you. Give me your phone.
Don Armando.
Go ahead, Cody.
Hey. I'm patching through a call. I think it's Armando.
Put him on.
Miguel is hurt. He needs a doctor now.
Yeah, get it when you surrender.
No.
Armando, it's over. You know me. You know I'll never stop.
I do know you, Frank. And I know you will do right by my son. Trace this signal. They know who I am. You may love me, you may hate me, fear me, I don't know. This is my son. Care for him till the soldiers come. I won't forget the kindness.
No.
Miguel, take the phone.
Venga.
Miguelito.
Comando.
Cody, are we close?
Locking on. Got it. I have the coordinates.
Okay, let's go.
We're coming with you.
Colonel, may I have a moment? Your men have suffered because of Armando. You suffered. But his son, Colonel, his son is not a part of it.
Armando has demonstrated a rare weakness. A weakness for his son. But we use it against him.
I am not willing to torture or kill this boy in in order to lure Armando back to us. And I don't believe in your heart that you'll be able to sleep well if you do that either.
My family was identified by their dental records, Donovan. I will sleep just fine.
I know vengeance. Colonel, it's a destroyer, and it never heals. Believe me when I tell you I know this. I know this too well.
Armando would never practice the civility you're asking me to employ.
You're right. He definitely wouldn't.
The boy will be taken to a hospital and given medical attention. If he lives, he will be charged and sentenced for having fired on my men tonight.
As he should. Thank you.
Súbete, vamos.
Desgraciado.
We're gonna take care of you, Miguel.
Why are you helping me?
Because your father, Miguel, he once did the same for me.
Muy bien. Le vamos a atender a sus heridas.
Cody, Monica, you there?
Yes.
Yeah, we're here.
Let's talk about Armando's plan. Nobody's ever come this close to him before, and leaving his son behind is probably the hardest thing he's ever done. He wouldn't have done it if he was about to get on a plane and leave the country forever.
How do you know?
Maybe he's abandoning the kid.
Nah, he wants to stay in Bolivia somehow. He will never leave his country.
Well, he's a student of history, Donovan. He knows what happened to Escobar, the Ochoas, Carlos, Leader. All seemed invincible, all went down.
Yeah. And his time has come, whether he believes it or not.
He doesn't seem the type to underestimate his opposition, especially someone he knows well.
And he knows me well enough. And if he had an escape plan in mind, he'd be implementing it by now. The only problem is, what is it? He needs to disappear.
So did Escobar and the other Colombians. They all failed.
I don't know, who was that Mexican drug lord that tried to change his face?
Humberto Luis Mendez died on the operating table.
You want to be on the wrong end of that malpractice suit.
The doctors were all carved up with blowtorches.
Would Armando try something that extreme?
Maybe. Given where he's at in his life, especially after what happened to Miguel, it's a way out. It's definitely worth looking into.
Okay, we're on it.
Check the U.S., Europe, whoever's the best in the world in this kind of procedure.
We're on it.
If they fit the profile and they're out of town, you find them.
Did you not just hear us say we're on it?
We're on it, sir.
Síguenos, por favor.
When they put me to sleep, you put a gun on all of them and make sure I wake up.
But these guys are the best, Mondo.
I trust the shoemaker before I trust the doctor. You just do what I say.
No problem.
And when they're done, Hector, you finish the job.
Finish what?
They're the only ones who'll know what I look like, who can identify me by face. Them, then our driver. You take care of him, too. We'll compensate their families later. What?
What about me, Mondo? I'll know what you look like.
You're different.
Larry was different. You stabbed him in the back.
My wife is dead. My son is in a hospital somewhere, maybe dying too. That leaves one person in this world, Hector. One. Who I can tell God that I loved. I'm trusting you with my life. Won't you trust me with yours?
We've got it narrowed down to 3 likely candidates. All out of town, but not reachable. The first is with his mistress in Cancun.
The next is with his father, who's on his deathbed. Now, we're checking to verify it, but the third one just fell off the map.
Tell me about him.
Well, he's from California. Business went under last year after the IRS threw half of Title 26 at him, along with a few counts of conspiracy, mail fraud, and perjury. But check this out. Last year, he took a vacation trip to Mexico on a chartered flight registered to a holding company for one of Armando's corporations.
He left last week for a conference in Peru. Turns out the conference doesn't exist.
In sophisticated facial reconstruction, there'd be interoperative radiology throughout the procedure, probably pre-op as well.
X-rays, could we pick him up?
We have him narrowed to a 15-kilometer radius. Does DEA down there have any surveillance jets with downward-looking X-ray spectrometers? Anybody?
Find out.
Preparar el brazo.
Don Armando, do you have a problem?
Find me Hector, he'll solve it.
Don Armando, Hector, he's the problem.
Sir, you have a visitor. I'm turning myself in.
Sit down. Where is Armando?
$50,000, and I want me and my family safe in the States.
Repeat, we are picking up a faint X-ray source of approximately 0.5 angstroms.
Bingo, that's a medical source. Please relay your coordinates.
Where is Armando?
Man, I just love those downward-looking X-ray spectrometers. Coordinates are coming up as we speak. And you know what? It looks like you're right on top of them.
Colonel Rodriguez should be informed.
He will be, soon enough.
This is what I will pay you for Armando. Choose.
Hands in the air. Do it now. Hands up. Up. Up.
Where is he? I don't know.
Where is he?
Please.
Jake, take him. Armando's in the building. We need 3 men to assist us. 3 men only. The rest, cover the entrance. Alex. Jake.
Armando, draw his fire on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Delay.
Bajen sus armas. Bájenlas. Put down your weapons. Now.
Jake.
You and your people walk away now.
Your soldiers have guns on us, Colonel.
I cannot guarantee your safety unless you exit the compound immediately.
Not without Armando.
Well, then, regrettably, you will suffer his fate. Let's go.
You should have walked away, Donovan. These cowards will kill you, same as me. People do good work, huh?
Cody, we need evac now. Completely on our own here.
Unfortunately, so are we. Rodriguez has shut us out of the command post. I'm trying to get authorization for DEA to go in and get you out, but the Army's giving me static. I'm trying to charter a helicopter from a private service. I tell you, we're doing everything we can.
Cody, we're about to be assaulted. We need that chopper now.
Can you see them?
They're out there. Waiting.
They got 9, we have 3. What are they waiting for?
Half of them are salivating like dogs, wanting to move in and slaughter me. The other half know better. They won't make a move until Rodriguez comes and gives the order.
He's right.
Hey, Frank. How about you uncuff me and give me a gun?
Yeah? How about I just shoot you?
Just a thought, old friend.
This is, I mean, I can't say I ever expected something quite like this.
You know what?
What?
This was my first trip outside the States.
No.
Yep. Bolivia.
Bolivia?
This is where Butch and Sundance bought the farm, isn't it?
Jake.
I'm sorry. I ought to get my passport stamped more often. See things.
You should. You definitely should.
Get back inside. Both of you, that's an order.
They're outflanking us. Back inside. Alice, you go on 3. Got it? 1, 2, 3.
If we have to go in there, no one will leave alive. Surrender now. Surrender and go.
What guarantee do I have that you will let us leave here safely?
You have my word.
I'm willing to talk. In here, you and me.
I'm coming in. Weapons down. Step away from Armando. Do it.
I thought you wanted to talk.
Weapons down. I'm not going to ask you again.
Colonel, I don't believe you're willing to kill us to kill Armando.
You're wrong. I will. Give me Armando and go.
I will not lie. We have an extradition treaty, a binding agreement. Your country is due millions in aid. Aid for your people, Aid they desperately need. That aid will be rescinded, and you will be a murderer. And when I come back to Bolivia, I'll be hunting you. Colonel, commendations should be issued with your name, not warrants.
Let him kill me, Frank. Let him destroy himself.
Leave us, Donovan.
Colonel.
Leave us.
Holster your weapons.
Jake, let's go.
I don't get it. Why did you back down?
Because before I assumed command of this unit, the only person I had to look out for was me. That is no longer the case.
Vamos inmediatamente.
We got a chopper. It'll be there in 20 minutes tops.
Copy that.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next all-new UC Undercover on NBC. Treat Williams guest stars on an all-new UC Undercover.
Best undercover agent that ever lived.
Game's not over yet.
An agent murdered.
I'm scared all the time.
But the clues he left behind lead to a killer you'd never expect.
Checkmate.
All-new UC Undercover, NBC next Sunday.
This week on The Tonight Show, Jay welcomes George Clooney, Tom Cruise, Russell Crowe, Cameron Diaz, Luke Wilson, and Drew Barrymore. Plus the music of Sting, Elton John, and Sugar Ray. Your local news is next.
If you're looking for routes to avoid Malfunction Junction, we can help coming up. Plus, disturbing new developments about the boy who flew a plane into a skyscraper next.